So me, like, not knowing about that part of the culture, like the internet kid, which was, early internet days. The only place people would talk to each other was on
Sure,
forums.
forums. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there was no Instagrams or any of these type of things, Twitters, nothing like that existed. So the only place where the community would um, talk and people knew each other, we all knew everyone knew each other from their, like, their screen names or whatever, like their forum name.
No one threw like nobody was trying to invest in you, like any put money into Diamond Supply or
Not,
anything. No,
not at all, man.
like because you know, I mean, you're in L.A. You're somewhat at that time, I guess, a mover and shaker. Um, the buzz is starting to create. Nobody with money was willing to be like, hey,
Nah.
well, like even today,
This was all new back then, right? Like, people didn't think, like, skateboarding and streetwear was a thing.
sure, that mixed, yeah.
Like, big brands back then were like, I don't know, like what, like Sean John or something? Like Urban.
Hmm.
Urban was popular. Streetwear was kind of like a new thing. Um, After the shoe came out, that's when I really, like, started doing something different. But even what I was doing very early on, which nobody else was doing, was talking to the kids,
Mm.
even on MySpace days. By the time I posted the shoe, I was already, because I had an office there and I would design at Girl, but I would, like, engulf myself in this whole, like, internet thing before anyone was doing it. Like, I was actually talking to people on my MySpace, just kids that were fans of the brand, like skaters. Um, so then, since I was already used to doing that, kind of like getting this fan base from people that I didn't know, like kids, customers, I didn't even know who they were, only from their picture on, the internet, which was a new thing, right? This is when people just first started really talking to other people on the internet.
And what did they want to know? Like just
Everything about Diamond, when I'm dropping new shit, where they could buy it at, blah blah blah, just like that. So same thing when the that's how the picture ended up on these forums. So I ended up meeting Bobby Hundreds, and he made a big change for me too, which helped Diamond, was that he introduced me to Hypebeast
mm,
forums. He was like, I'm a fan of Diamond. Like, when I met him, he already owned the Dunks and shit, and he was, a fan of my brand, and he just started the Hundreds. And I met him because I actually bought a Hundreds t-shirt. He made this t-shirt. I didn't know who they were. I went to Brooklyn Projects, and there was a shirt, and it said, fuck, what did it say? It said, like, hip hop. It said hip hop is dead on the front, and then on the back, it just had a bunch of dead rappers like Eazy-E and Tupac and all these people on the back of the shirt. And I was like, that's a pretty sick shirt. So I bought that, and that's how I heard of the Hundreds. But then I met him, and he was like, you know what? You should go on the Hypebeast. On Hypebeast, they have a forum, and you should just, like, go on there, because I know there's some Diamond fans on there. And I was like, oh, for real? So I went on there, and that again was a turning point for Diamond, because all these kids that weren't skaters necessarily, they were just sneakerheads. Because I had the skate community just from, like, you know, all my pro skaters and stuff were the ones these kids were looking up to. So I already had, like, the skate shit on lock. And then since I was into sneakers and I was into, like, cool art, and I was making art, and that's what all these kids on this Hypebeast forum were into. And this is when Hypebeast was very brand new. Like, this is 2005, 2006 actually, I believe. I started posting all my new product on the forums, and I built a relationship with all the kids on the forum, and I had a thread on there, because there would be all the forum threads. So I had the
sure.
official Diamond Supply Co. thread, and this is where I got all my sales. So now I'm talking to all these kids, showing product all my upcoming releases, I'm showing to these guys, and this dude from a skate shop that I know in San Jose is like, hey man, you should let me sell your shit online for you. Like, you need to just start selling the stuff online. And I'm like, all right, like, I never really heard about people selling shit online like that. Like, I never bought stuff online. So he did it, and he was like ordering hella shit from me all the time. I'd post it on the Hypebeast forums, and he'd be like, I need more shit, it's sold out. I'm like, that's crazy. I just posted shit on the Hypebeast forums and you're selling out of all this stuff? And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, it's crazy. And so then I was like, I need to start my own store, right? So that was the next move.